Hey guys, it's Courtney with Courtney Abroad, and this is my month 2 review. So it's all about the month of March and things that we've done so far. I do have like a little list just because we've done so much that I don't want to forget anything. So if you see me looking down, whatever, don't judge. It's a lot of stuff. So earlier this month we did a sports and games day. So we went to one of the schools that's really close to the Christian center that we're at right now, and we were going to do some like football, basketball, frisbee, whatever with the kids, but we got rained out pretty quick, and I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's actually thundering now too. We're supposed to be in the middle of our rainy season, so it's slowly catching up with us. We were there for like an hour, and it just started downpouring. We didn't really get to play much because it was just downpouring instantly, so we sat for an hour in the rain and then walked back. But when we got back, we like played with some water balloons and whatever and just kind of made our own heyday out of it. And yeah, so it was fun. And then the weekend after that, we did a hike. So if you've seen my other videos, the mountains in the back are the Uluguru Mountains, and there was a 5-hour hike, a short hike. The 5-hour one was short, that took you up to a waterfall, and then the second one to the peak was 10 hours round trip. And if you know me, you know which hike I went on. It was long as you know what, and so difficult. Like I've been on like 14ers in Colorado and hiking in Arizona and all over the place, and this was probably the hardest hike I've ever been on just because of the conditions. It was wet, it was hot, the ground was slippery, like just wet leaves through the rainforest, which made it like very difficult to navigate, but also one of the most beautiful. I found a baby chameleon, like no joke, saved his life. Almost stepped on him, but I didn't. We found like these banana slugs. We heard monkeys. I didn't see the monkeys, but I could hear them in the trees. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video about that, and you guys can check it out as well. But it was cool. Almost died. Didn't. Still making a video. Life goes on. Let's see. We found some cool stuff in Morogoro. We got a little bit more freedom this month to walk around. Time after sessions to do stuff. So there is a bar not far from here called Dragonaires, and everybody just kind of goes there to like have a beer, relax, and yeah, I don't really drink too much. And some days I just go there and like not order anything, but it's kind of cool to have that one place where you still feels like American-esque, you know, in a way. And a couple other bars in town, but everybody just kind of gathers there after class, and then we go home. Let's see. We had a pool day at the Morogoro Hotel, which is also like a very kind of like posh place to go. There was a bunch of kids swimming and bouncing around, and we played like volleyball in the pool and ordered some American food, so it was pretty cool. Totally got sunburned, but it was worth it. So worth it. And I met a Tanzanian woman there who was about my age that was just finishing her college degree, and she was looking into some graduate programs in the States. So I was trying to give her some resources, especially to CSU because I'm partial. Go Rams. But she was awesome. So we kind of still keep in touch. We traded numbers and stuff, and she's been helping me a little bit with like integration and stuff too. But she's cool. Let's see, I've been cooking a lot with my host family. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you've seen my photos. But I made like a chocolate cake, a banana bread, and I made them in this pot, like almost like Dutch oven style, because I kind of like steamed this cake, but there's no oven, so how do you get things done? You improvise. And they actually came out really, really good, and they liked them, so I was pretty proud of myself. I made pasta, onion rings, gnocchi, cucumber, avocado, salad, because no joke, okay, so just disclaimer here, like there are vegetables in country, there are, but nobody eats them raw because of all the diseases that are like associated with them, or just culture, I don't know. But they cook them beyond recognition. It is just like the carcass of a vegetable. You don't even know what it was. So I would seriously just push somebody over for a raw vegetable right now. I'm not even kidding. So to me, as long as you wash it properly, it's safe. If you can peel it, maybe, whatever, it's safe. So I made this like cucumber, avocado, onion salad with tomatoes and stuff, and it was delicious. And I was so thankful for that. Yeah. And then, let's see. Oh, and with that, I've been training my host sister, just for workouts and stuff. She had like some fitness goals that she was working on, and so she and I have been working out every night at home, and then I also do my own workouts in the morning. So that has been so much fun, and I can already see her like getting stronger and like becoming more fit, and so it's been awesome. And I'm really, really sad to say goodbye next month, because she and I have gotten really close, but she's a badass, and I hope she keeps up her stuff. So that's been a lot of fun. Also, when I was with her, her name's Judy, we were going to the market to get stuff to make for dinner, and there was this mom and this baby who were like walking towards us, like on the same side of the road, and the baby is probably like, I don't know, 1.5 or so, and anyways, just sees me in like instant fear. I was probably the only white person he's ever seen in his life, but I may have scarred this little boy, like, possibly for life. I don't know, Pole Sana. He sees me and just instantly was like, ah! And so I don't want to be a monster, so I'm like, baby, it's okay, like, Pole Sana, Habari Zaleo, Mambo, trying to like show him that, hey, I'm cool. And he lost his shit even more. He went from like, to, ah! Yeah, so, you know, just scarring the children one by one. There are some that will come up to you and like give you a hug though, and that kind of makes you feel the warm and fuzzies. Yeah, so just kind of, it's been an eye-opener as to how people view you, and maybe how you view others too. So just kind of like food for thought, but can definitely feel the judgment, especially from the kids, because they have no filter. Also, people think if you're white that you are educated, maybe you're a doctor of some kind, you have money. I had a woman come up to me and ask me for medicine for her stroke. It was really, really sad. She had like a cane and like walked with like one of those hand brace things, you know what I'm talking about? And it was heartbreaking because I'm not like a medical professional of any kind, so but she assumed that because I'm white, I must have the cure to her ailment. It's really sad. So there was that. Let's see, other stories for you guys. Okay, so we were walking back from the market with our CBT group, so cultural based training, and we were with one of our teachers, and we witnessed this crowd that was kind of on the side of the road, and there was just a lot of commotion going on. And what was happening was a citizen's arrest. So here in Tanzania, they take like theft and robbery very, very, very seriously. So the term for thief here is mwizi, and if someone steals maybe money or soda, it doesn't matter. The crowd descends on them, like literally descends on them. Sorry, it's kind of getting a little bit bright. Oh well, I guess I have to deal with it. Anyway, it's not uncommon for them to be killed during this process. They'll either bring them to the police station or government office if there's one available, or they might just beat them to death, or even like gasoline and a match, and just like theft here is like the cardinal sin. So they had captured these two groups of men, so four thieves, if you will. Two of them were handcuffed together, and then the other two were tied together. So they had cut their t-shirts and then like tied their t-shirts together so their arms were in the middle, like side by side. And then they were swarmed by a larger group of men, one of whom had a machete, probably a good like 1.5 to 2 feet long. And as I said, in Tanzania, like greetings are kind of a big culture thing. But as a rule of thumb, I don't greet men with large knives. Sorry. So here's this big group of guys, and then here comes us, this group of 4 white women, and our teacher, who's a host country national. So he kind of blends in. We stick out like sore thumbs. We're walking down the road. We are sighted by the man with the machete and the other men who have captured these thieves. And they were like, "Hey, Muzungus, foreigner or whitey, come here, I have something to show you, I have a secret for you." They were essentially trying to show off the fact that they had captured these thieves. They were also drunk. They were celebrating the fact that they had caught them, and I just did not want to associate with them whatsoever. So just kept walking, didn't make eye contact. This pissed him off because we weren't responding to what he was saying, and he's like, "Hey, I'm talking to you. Get over here. I want to show you something." Sorry, I'm trying to block the sun for you guys. It was kind of scary. And then our LCF kind of saved our bacon because he said, "Hey, like, they're not responding to you. Obviously, they don't speak English. Those are Italian students." So for those 10 minutes, we were Italian, and it was great. I'm Italian anyway, but, you know, everybody else just was gifted the Italianism. So yeah, that happened. Let's see. Another story. Oh, okay. So this one's shout out to Tiffany. Before I left, she gave me this alarm that goes on your keychain, and it essentially works like a grenade. Like there's a pin in it, and if you pull the pin out, it screams bloody murder. Anyway, I work out with Caitlin, who's another friend of mine, in the mornings, and sometimes we'll run or I'll make a circuit for us or whatever. So I'm leaving my house at like 5:30 in the morning. Like it's dark, crisp, cool, like just dawn. You know, the sun's barely like peeking out, and it's silent. Like it is so quiet in East Africa, Tanzania. Like you could hear a fly fart from 2 blocks over. Okay. I dropped my keys, and it was attached to my backpack with all my stuff in it, and the pin comes out, and this thing bleep, bleep, bleep. The birds fly out of the trees, the chickens are running over the backyard, and I'm like, oh, jeez. The neighbors are awake, and then I can't find this pin. So it took me a good like 2 minutes to finally find it, put it back in the thing to make it shut up, and then I just promptly like grabbed my stuff and ran out the gate because I just didn't even want to deal with my family like waking up. I was like, oh, let me just get out of here. So I walked over to her house, and she was sick and couldn't work out, so I had to walk all the way home, and then I was locked out, so I had to knock on the gate to have my host Baba come and open it for me, and it was very awkward, and I felt bad. I asked him if he had woken up, and he said no, but I'm pretty sure he lied to make me feel better because it was freaking loud. So, Polisana, guys. Oops. Let's see. What else? We've also been doing a lot of training and stuff this month, so we visited a healthcare facility, which was very eye-opening to see how everybody lives here. Like the standard is very low. Hand washing, even in medical facilities, is like 42%. So it's easy to see how diseases get transmitted very, very quickly. No, not a lot of sanitation. Like it was better than some of the buildings, but not by much. It had 2 ambulances, both of which had flat tires, which I found like both comical and alarming. Yeah, it was a mess. I mean, by Tanzanian standards, I'm sure it's a very nice Zainati, and they allowed us to tour it. So absolutely, like, thank you for the opportunity. But so much work that could be done to make people's lives instantly better. I think a lot of that is just lack of funding because the effort is there, The passion is there, but maybe just a lack of either infrastructure or education or what have you. So that was kind of eye-opening. Yeah, and that was here in Morogoro, by the way. Let's see, what else do we do? We did some gardening here at CCT. We planted some cassava, some mchicha, which is really closely related to spinach, orange flesh sweet potatoes, which are high in vitamin A, and they're really good for like mamas and babies, growing kids, to meet the nutrient requirements, and they're pretty easy to grow. So a lot of volunteers do projects with those, which I thought was kind of fun. Also, we built these things called tippy taps, which is like a hand washing station. It's like two sticks that are supporting a larger stick, like a beam, and then there's a plastic jug, like a milk jug or whatever, filled with water. The cap is tied to a lever. You push the stick down, which is why it's called a tippy tap, with your foot, and then you wash your hands. So it's a very cheap hand washing station for little to no cost that you can install in communities. I did see some of them up when I went to site visit, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I think I want to do some more, like maybe in the primary school in my village or somewhere else. But it's just soap alone would solve like so many diseases that are like crippling this part of the world. It's ridiculous how much like just soap can make a difference, and how little it's used here. So it's the little things, you know, that can make a big difference. And about site visit, it was amazing, first of all. I got assigned to the region of Dodoma, which it works a little bit like states here. Like a region would be like comparable to maybe like the state of Minnesota, Arizona, whatever. And then the village that I'm serving is called Mnasse, which is about 2 hours by Dala Dala from the city center of Dodoma, which is the capital of Tanzania. And the community is amazing. I was fortunate enough to replace a volunteer, and he was actually there for one day when I went to site visit. So he showed me his host mamas and his friends in village, and introduced me to some people and showed me around. And it was really, really cool to kind of have those instant connections. And you guys, there might be enough love in Mnasse for the whole world. Like, they're just so kind people and like caring and all that. It was his last day in Ville before he COS'd, before he did his close of service, and he invited me over to the two mamas' houses that had essentially like taken care of him for 2 years, kept him alive, and they prayed over him. They made us rice and beans, which is like the staple of Tanzania is rice and beans, and we've had a lot of that lately. But they give to the point of like there's nothing left for them. Like there's like dissolution. Like they gave me this bowl of rice that was seriously enough for probably 2 men, and beans, and I'm like, I can't finish this, like please don't feed me this much. And they're like, no, like you're the guest, and this mama like put all this rice and stuff in a bowl, and then she made like 4 other bowls for Mike, one of the nurses from the Zayanati, which is the health clinic, and then one of his other friends was there as well, to the point where there wasn't enough for Mama Godi or Mama Christine. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was just mortified. And like, I was raised in a culture where like you don't eat until everybody has their food, and I was like, please take some of mine, I'll never finish this. And they're like, no, you're the guest. I'm like, oh my god. And the nurse, he was like, oh well, I like ugali, and so he gave one of the women like half of his bowl, and then the other Tanzanian woman was like, oh, I like mkande, so she gave the other mama half of her bowl. But and as it was, I couldn't finish all that food. But they give to the point of dissolution. Like they give until there's nothing left for them, which is just, it goes beyond anything I've seen. You know, that type of heartfelt, genuine care, and generosity, and it's raw and it's amazing. Very, very powerful way to live, I guess. Yeah. The housing situation needs some work. I definitely am gonna like spruce up the place a bit. I hope to like make a video of before and after, you know, when I get my place. But I slept with a rat my first night. I have one bat and one rat. So the bat, I've named him Count Chocula. If you don't know what that is, get on my level. It's a box of cereal that only comes around in October in the States. And the rat has got to go, so I did not name him. He slept with me in the bed, like the first night I was in Ville. And he chewed a hole through my mosquito net, like snuggled by my feet without me knowing. And then I got up in the morning, and no sooner had I swung my legs up over the bed, this rat just flies off the bed, like, oh, damn. And scared the pants off this rat. He scared the pants off me. He's got to go. He was like running all over the room, all over the floor, and I was kind of trapped in there for a little bit because Mike was in the living room in his hammock, but the hammock's tied to the back of the bedroom door, so I can't open it. And I'm like, help! I'm stuck in here with the Panya. So, you know, trauma. No, it's fine. I'm gonna get a cat. I actually have one cat kind of on layaway from another volunteer that she'll be ready to pick up and wean off of her mom as soon as I install, so it'll be perfect. And then that rat's ass is grass. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's more or less it for now. It's I'm sure I'm missing some things, but this video is already like 21 minutes, so I hope that you were able to watch it with a nice cup of coffee, maybe a donut, and you know, just I'll be your morning entertainment if you're watching this in the United States. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap up, but if you do have any questions or want to know anything else about Tanzania, feel free to reach out, message me. As I'm posting this stuff, if you have ideas for projects, anything that you think would be like beneficial to these people that I'm introducing you to, by all means let me know, because two heads are better than one. Maybe you guys will think of something that I won't, and I'm always all ears. So yeah, thanks for watching this long video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.